or where to really start with this video. Let's just say in my life on this earth, I've gone through some shit. I've definitely had a rough stint with everything, but I feel like it's made me a better person. Yeah. Let's get to this video. Okay, so I really didn't know if I should do this video. I didn't know if it's a good idea. If people work out who this person is, there may be a lot of backlash for me, but you know what? I don't give a fuck anymore, quite frankly. I think that it's not fair that I'm not saying anything. Well, what I mean is that I need to talk about it. I feel like these things need to be spoken about, and I want to talk about it, but I don't want to just talk to myself about it. It's silly. It's like, if I talk to the camera, it's like I'm talking to someone. It's like someone's there. So, realistically, I've been watching, well, where are my words? So I've been watching the Shane Dawsons series with Jake Paul, and he's been talking about sociopaths, psychopaths, sociopaths. He's talking about these types of people. I looked up the meaning to these things, and I realized I used to date someone that was a sociopath. I know I'm butchering the name of saying that, but my New Zealand accent, I don't know how I'm meant to say it, but I used to date someone like that. The definition of a sociopath is a person with personality disorder manifesting itself in extreme antisocial attitudes and behaviour. Also, the profile of a sociopath is glibness and superficial charm, manipulative and conning. They never recognise the rights of others and see their self-serving behaviours as permissible. Grandiose sense of self. Pathologically lying. Lack of remorse, shame or guilt. Shallow emotions. Incapacity for love. And need for stimulation. And there is a lot more that you can Google. They did all these things to me over the course of, we dated for about 5 years. I'm not going to say names. I don't hate this person. I just feel like, why should I be silent about it? Why shouldn't I open up and talk about it? This video might help someone who's in this situation to leave. I wish I saw it sooner and I would have just gone. I would have just left. But I mean, when I met this person, I was 15, I was young, I was in love, it was the love of my life, it was the greatest moment of my life. We were going to have each other's babies, we were going to have a house together, we were going to get married. Like, it was perfect. Like, we got a dog together, everything was fine, it was fantastic. From the outside, it looked like picture perfect. I was this doting girlfriend who was so loving and would let my boyfriend do anything he wanted, and my boyfriend was the big alpha dog, and he was so cool and everyone wanted to be his friend. He was the coolest guy ever. And then when we'd get home, it would be like, yeah, I mean, I guess somewhat it will always be with me, and it won't have like a hold over me anymore. I think that's what the difference is. I will always remember, but it doesn't have that hold on me where, like, it does make me upset. It was a big part of my life. It really did ruin my life a lot. But it's made me the person who I am today, so I've got to be happy, I've got to stay strong, and I am a strong person because of it. So in a way, I thank this person for letting me go and let me live my life, but it's like, I need to talk about it, you know what I mean? I need to talk about it, I need to get it out. My story might help someone. I mean, people don't realize the people that they're around. When you love someone, you don't realize how awful someone can be. And it really is a scary thing to think that someone so close to you is actually hurting you. So when I got back to the whole snapping thing, I would get home and he'd just, like, it was so weird. Like, we would talk in the car and he would be like yelling at me, like full on in my face, telling me about like how I need to lose weight, too slutty, how I'm awful when I'm drunk. All of these things would get said to me all the time. And I thought I was the worst person ever. I thought I had a huge drinking problem. I thought I was obese. I thought that I was so clingy. I thought I was the worst girlfriend ever. I thought these things when in reality, maybe I was a bit of a bad girlfriend, as we all are, as we all can be moody, but I was not any of those other things. I never had a drinking issue. I used to drink and get drunk and cry and run away. I'd always cry about this person. So it was my 17th birthday, I was 16, and I was having a pool party at QE2, which is this pool in Christchurch, New Zealand, and I invited him, and I invited a whole bunch of my friends, and that was probably a month before, because I like to pre-plan these things. It was a month before I invited everyone. It was the night before, it was the day before my birthday, and he broke up with me. And I didn't want to have my birthday the next day, but all my friends were like, come on, still have your party, still have fun. And it's not like he was going to show up anyway or anything like that. So I was at my party having a good time, about an hour in, he shows up with a necklace. And he's like, here you go. And then he goes and joins his friends, and he's all like the cool guy and all like alpha and everything. And that was it. And I was like, okay, well, I tried to go talk to him and he just avoided me the whole party. Wouldn't even speak to me. And I was like to my friends, because I don't think anyone realized we'd broken up. And I was talking to my friends and I was like, he broke up with me yesterday. Why is he giving me this gift? And then he came up to me again later on. He's like, you're not wearing your present. And I was like, we're broken up. And he's like, no, we're not. We're not broken up. And I'm like, but you said, he's like, we're not broken up. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, and so I was so happy because like 17-year-old me, I'm like, oh my God, yes, yay. Love of my life. And there was just so many instances where this would happen. Break up. We're not broken up. I need to leave. You're not leaving. I need to go. You know you're not. It's like being trapped in a relationship where you think you're happy but you're really not. And it's really hard to be able to see that you aren't happy because you think you are happy. So, yeah. I was a size 8. I used to be very, very small. Now I'm a size 14 and I'm the most confident I've ever been in my life. The most confident I've ever been in my whole 25 years of life is now. Now when I'm 24 to 25, 23, 22, I've been so confident. Back then, when I was so small, so skinny, I used to wear little tight clothes and little tight shorts, and I had an amazing body. I'll insert some pictures here. And I looked amazing. I'm my ideal like body shape or body type or whatever. And I had my long natural hair, and yet I was still fat. I was still disgusting. Are you sure you're gonna eat that? Do you really need to eat that? Why are you eating that? You don't need that. Should you really be eating that much? Do you really want seconds? Do you really want to eat that? That's the shit I would get all of the time, and that is mental abuse. But nothing physically abusive, like he never punched me, never anything like that. There was actually one person that punched him in the face and I punched them back. So, I mean, I'm the person that's abusive, I guess. But he used to mentally abuse me. And the thing is, I never realized it. I just thought, oh my God, like I need to change myself. I need to eat less. I need to get skinnier. There would be days where I would never eat. There would be days that I would just exercise so much. But it was like I was always trying to please this person, and I would do anything. I would drop anything, got loans out in his name, $10,000 worth of money I got out in his name because, oh, my license got lost in the mail. Oh, I don't know where my ID is. It got lost in the mail. Oh, my ID, I've lost it. Oh, you never had an ID. He never had it. That's a symptom of being a sociopath, is that you compulsively lie, and he compulsively lies all the time. I thought that I was crazy. He would convince me that I was crazy because I used to think that he cheated on me all the time. So he used to come home and he'd smell different. His clothes would be on different. You could just tell something was different, and I'd always be like, I would never be like, hey, you cheated on me, but I would always think. And then one time it got so bad, and I don't think he just never came home or something. We were living together at this point, and I was like, where were you? Oh, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? And he's like, oh, no, don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay, like, I believe you, I love you, I want, this is okay. And then it got to the point where I was like, no, are you cheating on me? No, of course not, serious. You should be respecting me, and you should, why would you think I do that? You're crazy, like, why would you think I would cheat on you? You're like, that's so awful, I'm not that type of person, I'm like, rah rah, like, this is me, blah blah, I would never cheat on you. Do you know, fun fact, I found out recently, this is almost like why I want to speak out as well, because recently I've learned a lot of things about our relationship, and that's what's kind of triggered everything back into my mind, is that he used to cheat on me all the fucking time. So it was not all in my head. I was not crazy. It was all the time. And there's nothing wrong with, I guess, if someone cheated on you, they should leave. Really. But I just, all of the signs just seem to go to a sociopath. Like, there's acting like the alpha and no disregard for people or anything like that. Like, he would just act like he's God's gift and anyone that didn't listen to him was just shit. And that he's like, I'm the cool guy, everyone needs to like do shit for me, and I'm the fucking king. That's how he would act. He still acts like that to this fucking day. And we actually like broke up, right? It was a mutual decision. It got to the point that I realized that he hated me. That's how it felt. Every day for about a year and a half, I was like, this man hates my fucking guts. I don't like him either. And I would try and leave. I tried to leave so many times. I tried to leave. I tried to get out. I tried to move away. But there was so much debt I was in. He would always tell me to come back. And he was like, oh, but what about this? And then you have to pay. He's like, oh, you don't want to pay all those bills by yourself if you're going to be alone. So I stayed. He manipulated me into staying because I look back now and I'm like, that's so dumb to stay. But he made me believe, like, if I stayed, it would be better. Oh, I'll be better. I'll get my license if you stay. I'll get a house together. I'll get married. I'll propose to you if you stay. And I stayed. And nothing got better. And I don't think it ever would have. The best decision that I made in my life was leaving. We're probably 2 years into the relationship. We break up for about 6 months. So it wasn't a consecutive 5 years. It was 5 years all up from start to finish, but we broke up for 6 months in between. I met a new guy in our group of friends and I was so in love. I was so in love. I was so obsessed with this person. I was so happy. He was so nice. He would like just let me live my life. I could go out. I could do anything I wanted. And he would do anything he wanted. I had so much fun and I was going outside so much more. I was happy. I was smiling. It was great. And it wasn't just an utter performance. It was real. It was real feelings. And that lasted for about 5-6 months. Something like that. And then he wormed his way back in. It's been 6 months. I love you. We'll have this and we'll have that. And I'll do this and we'll do this. And then you'll be happy. Just come back to me. Leave him, come back to me. And I ended up doing something awful and I cheated on my boyfriend at the time with him. And I did that, and I'm not a cheater. That's the only time I've cheated. And I cheated. And it was with my ex of a few years because he sucked me in. He picked me up from a party one night. He was at the party, saw I was there. I got really drunk and upset when I realized he was there. Then he started to fight or something, and then it was like, oh, it's okay, I'll take you home, I'll take you home. He took me to his house. I was too drunk. One of my regrets that I really have about this whole thing is that I let myself get manipulated into leaving something that was so good and so good for me, and I ended up leaving. Now I'm happy. I'm happy with Mitch. He's my boyfriend at the moment, my forever ever, and we have a house together, we're happy, we've got our pets together, everything, and it's all fine. And I've never had any of these problems with him, and I'm so happy. And I think that's a big part of why I'm so confident now, because I'm so happy in my own skin. He makes me so happy, because I'm not being weighted down by all this stuff. Like, sure, I'm bigger now, I'm older now, I've got wrinkles, I'm saggy in places. Like, I looked way better back then, but yet my confidence levels are so much different. And I was such a broken person when I was with this person. I was such a broken person with my ex. I was so broken. And even now, thinking about it, just, I think it's not thinking about the situation I was in. I think it's the fact that no one could help me. I was the only one that could help myself, and it took me so long to fucking realize that I had to leave. We broke up, and that was fine, and then it was like, he was still around. I moved in with this girl, then he started dating the girl, and he just would come over, and he'd just stay there, and he just never left from the day we moved in. He never left. It was a year lease. It was the worst year of my life. I got really bad depression, had to go on antidepressants, wanted to kill myself a lot. And I didn't know how I was going to get through, and then I was with Mitch, and I got better, and he saved me. I was in such a place that I was so scared about leaving. With all this debt stuff as well, he never paid me back any of it. I sorted all that out by myself. I think that's why I'm so strong-minded and strong-willed now, because I had to go through all this shit. Yeah, he was around all the time, but the thing was, the manipulation he used then is he would not speak to me at all. To this day, he does not speak to me at all. He pretends I don't fucking exist, which, be polite, say hello, I get it. We're not going to be best friends. People break up, they don't talk, that's fine. We were living together, right? He'd be home, I'd come home and be like, hey, how you going? How's your day? You know, because I'm not a fucking asshole. And then just nothing. I'd walk past, nothing, no reaction, like I'm not even here, like I'm a ghost. And there'd be times when we'd all be talking and I'd say something and just talk over me, or just always exclude me from things, or knew I'd work in the morning, would turn the music on, he was the only one home, and just leave it on, and then leave the house. So I would never sleep. Just little things like that. He was still fucking with me even though we went together, and I don't know what I did to this person to make him hate me so much, and the fact that he still hates me so much now, I just don't get it. I never cheated on him. I never hurt him. I did everything for him. Like, don't get me wrong, I was probably a bitch. A little bit of a bitch. We can all be bitches. But I was so devoted to him. I would, like, I was like a fly to his shit. Like, it was horrendous. It was awful. And I just really wish someone would turn to me and be like, no, you cannot date someone like this. You need to leave. You need to be happy. I'm so happy that my life is the way it is. I've pushed those people away that aren't good for me, and they aren't good for other people. Like, they don't bring happiness. They just pretend. And it's like, I can't. I'm sick of being quiet over something that's so awful. You know what I mean? One of our mutual friends died, which is very, very awful. We went to the funeral. I said hi to him to be polite, and because we're at a funeral. Still nothing. Even at someone's funeral, he couldn't just say anything, you know? It just, I just don't get it. And I guess it's one of those things that you've kind of got to let go and realize, okay, maybe I do have these flaws, but sometimes everything's not your fault. You get yourself in these situations because you love these people, you care about these people, but some people are just not right for you, and they're not right in general. And yeah, I don't know if he needs help. He seems happy now, and all I can wish is that, like, for him to be happy. Like, I hope he's happy. He may have ruined a large portion of my life. But I guess these people just don't do it on purpose. They can't be helped, and I guess really that's not his fault. It's just, I don't know. I just really hope that this video helps someone, and that me sharing this is not for nothing. It's not me having, oh yeah, I dated a sociopath, like, oh, here's my clickbait, here's my story. It goes much deeper than what I've said. And the years of abuse, the years of manipulation, it's honestly horrendous. But I'm not going to be, like, I was a victim. For a very long time, I was a very broken lady and kid. I grew up with this person, and they ruined everything. And I let that happen. Well, that's my side of the story. There's always two sides to every story, as you guys know, and that's my side, that's my truth. people will say that they remember it differently because they didn't get told the whole story. I only told them snippets, and that isn't the whole story. That fully isn't the whole story. He would never tell anyone anything. It was always me, and then I sound crazy being like, we're broken up. No, we haven't. Or we'd just break up publicly and then be together the next day or something. And it was just, honestly, it was so messed up. And there'll always be two sides to every story, don't get me wrong. I don't want anyone to try and find him and come for him either, because I don't think that's going to be helpful at all. And I just, honestly, if he was watching this, I hope you get better, and I hope that you change and you don't treat your current girlfriend the way that you treated me, or you don't treat any human the way you treated me. That's what I'd like to say to him. That's really what I'd like to say. And if anyone else is in a situation like this and they're being hurt, and you're more sad than you are happy, you need to leave. You need to make yourself happy, and you need to leave. If you can't be happy in a relationship, you gotta leave. Because leaving is the best thing that I've ever done. My whole life has changed around. I'm such a different, happy person compared to how I was. Even though my body weight is much different, and I look different, and I don't look as good as I did back then or whatever. I'm still happier now than I was back then. And that really, like when I was looking through my photos the other night, it really just hit me hard, because I realized, no, that's not okay. So I really wanted to share my story just to help some people, and yeah, I really hope it does help someone. I really do. Okay. Well, I better go, so I guess I'll catch you on the next one. Maybe one not so serious this time.